Today's coverage is brought to you by Gwinnett Sports Commission. Get in the game. Charles Schwab. Own your tomorrow. Adams, the #1 hybrid on tour. Mitsubishi Electric Cooling and Heating. Live better. David Frost playing his third shot at the 9th.
In some mud over there, probably going to try and play this much like a bunker shot. He did, almost hit it fat on purpose. That's just a wonderful play from where he was.
And it gets better and better for David Frost, who's 4 off the lead.
Up at the 8th, Bernhard Langer getting ready for his tee shot. Fred Couples did make his par.
Well, this is a forum for Langer, John. The wind that we've seen all week long is really not much of a factor right now. I think the easiest hole location on this hole in that front section of the green, and that's a bad miss there for Langer.
It's a huge miss.
Well, book all of your tee times 24/7 with Golf Now. Go to golfnow.com/mobile to download it today and start playing more golf. Golf Now. Go play. Back to 8 and Miguel Jimenez.
Getting ready for his tee shot.
Well, John, all these players are looking for here at this par 3/8 is to land it just on the front section of the green, and that's right at 200 yards. Total is 213. That front part of the green kind of pitches away from the player, so the ball will definitely release. This also a forearm for Jimenez. I think the miss here, though, is if you miss, is a little bit short and left. You don't want to contend with that bunker on the right-hand side, in which Langer's going to have to contend with his pitch shot.
Solid contact. Lovely shot.
And it's taken right at it, John. That ball came in so high and soft. Beauty.
Up to 9.
David Frost trying to save his par at 9.
Yeah, what a save this would be after putting the second shot in the hazard. Nope, just got a little bit left, but probably lucky to get out of there with 5. Really, that could have been anything where he was trying to play his third from.
But now Frost 5 off the lead, and Jimenez with a great look at birdie at 8 to 8.
And Fred Couples back at the tee. This par 3. Take a look at his Charles Schwab Cup finishes. Second, couple of thirds, and 8th. And his goal this year says he wants to win the season-long race for the Charles Schwab Cup.
Well, John, what breeze they hear at the 8th is just a slight breeze back in their face, but I don't think it negates it. The shot plays a little bit downhill. This is a 5-iron for Couples.
I like this play because I think he can go at it a little bit harder, don't you?
I do. You certainly don't want to go long here. Once you get past the hole about 15 feet, the next one will be straight back downhill.
Well, Freddie flares it off to the right, comes off of it. It's going to be a difficult up and down at the 8th for Freddie Couples. Ideal conditions today. Scores show it. We'll be back.
Jay Haas gets set to play his second at the 9th, currently 3 off the lead.
Come on, do something. Get over that hill.
I didn't get it quite as far as he wanted. He's trying to get over that little slope right there, and still not a bad shot on this hole.
Jay, 4 top 5 finishes this year. 1 hole back to 8.
Bernhard Langer, difficult lie here, Billy Ray.
It is. It's on the downslope, and there's grass there, but it's pretty bare. Went right underneath it. That was just a difficult shot there for Langer.
And he looked like he went at it pretty quick. To 9.
A moment ago, Duffy Waldorf playing with Jay Haas, his second at the 9th.
Duffy takes it way up in the air. Chance to fly this all the way back there. Releases off the edge. That's a lovely shot.
Duffy Waldorf will have that for birdie at 9 as we go back to 8.
And Fred Couples, his bunker shot.
Well, the ball sits on the downslope. He's got a decent lie, though, but he's going to have to land this ball just on the edge of the green to get it close. Oh, that is a fantastic shot. I'm surprised he got that much spin. A lot of speed through that shot, John.
This a moment ago at the 14th. Willie Wood already 6 under for the day. His second shot. Coming out of the first cut. Releases past the hole, but a good shot. Bernhard Langer, his third shot here at 8, Billy Ray.
Well, he's going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat here to get this ball up and down just to save bogey. This ball well below his feet.
Yeah.
Well, a moment ago, Bernhard had a tough shot. He had a similar one to this last year, played it wonderfully. He tries to make a big swing and just really scoops underneath it. It's a tough shot. He really doesn't want to hit it over the green. That's what he's really thinking. And as soon as he went under it, he knew it. Really tough shot to make proper contact with.
Well, get Champions Tour updates delivered straight to your phone. Text CLB to 48687 to get end of the round scores every day. Standard carrier rates and charges apply. As we go back to 8.
And Jimenez looking over a birdie putt. A beautiful shot in here, Billy Ray.
It was a beauty, but we've been used to that all week long for Jimenez. He is just, not only has he hit a lot of close shots, but the one thing is that he's left it on the correct side of the hole. This putt just back up the hill, maybe just a slight turn back to the right. What a heck of a birdie it would be.
Solid. Up to 9.
Jay Haas, lengthy birdie putt at 9 to get to within 3 of the lead.
It's a great effort. Just hit the high side of the hole.
Ahead to 14.
And Willie Wood for his 7th birdie of the day. See how quick this putt is. Just barely touched that. Pretty well judged. Back at 8, Fred Couples, this for par. Yeah, really good up and down, Billy Ray.
This would be well done after that lie he had in the bunker on the downslope. He's been magnificent this year from this distance and continues. So many times he makes that throughout the round just to keep somewhat of momentum that he might have, but those go a long way, holding those putts from 6 to 8 feet.
Bernhard Langer will be next for his bogey.
You know, we saw the shot of Langer around the greens, and with all the rain that we've had, and there's so many collection areas here at Sugarloaf around the greens, and when it gets soft, you've got to be so precise at hitting those shots. And when you try to take the risk in which Langer did, you got to be almost flawless to pull it off.
Bogey it is. To 13.
On the tee, this is Mark Calcavecchia. 283 yards to the hole, 246 to the front. He's certainly got the length to get it back there. If he can get it on the green, moving a little right to left, funnels down towards the hole.
So we got to look at the 13th. That's one of the key holes. Lanny takes a closer look at two of the key holes on the second 9 here at TPC Sugarloaf.
Standing on the tee of the par 4 13th, 246 yards to the front edge, 283 to the flag. This is the easiest hole on the second 9. Everybody's going to be thinking birdie here. You want to take driver, rip it to the right front edge, a little uphill, wind may be hurting a little bit. Most of the players can still get there. They've got to make birdie here. You can carry it on the right front edge. You've got a great chance of the ball releasing back near the flagstick. Shot at eagle and maybe a sure birdie. Standing in the fairway of the par 5 18th, right near where Fred Couples played his second shot from in the second round. 225 yards to the front edge. That's the key number. Have to carry that water. If you want to get it close, you've got to put it on line with the back left bunker, on the left edge of that bunker, and the ball can filter down to the flag. This is a hole that can provide a lot of fireworks. Players coming here needing to make up shots have to play this hole aggressively.
Well, on the tee at 13, man, was assistant captain to Bernhard Langer on the Ryder Cup team in 04. This is Anders Forsbrand. Let's see if he paid any attention to Lanny. He flies it up on the green. There's that funnel effect. Now that's the way you play this drivable par 4. As laid out by Lanny Watkins, performed by Anders Forsbrand. That's an eagle putt.
All right, well, Duffy Waldorf, before he gets to 13, he's got a good look at birdie at 9.
Oh, and you know, the pursuers just aren't making putts, Bob. And you know, if somebody doesn't start making some birdies soon, Jimenez is going to run off and leave everyone.
His lead is now 2. The PGA Tour and its tournaments tell us that they have recently eclipsed $2 billion in charitable giving. Last year's Greater Gwinnett Championship raised over $165,000 for several local charities, including Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, which is one of the leading pediatric hospitals in the country. It's been recognized for excellence in areas including cancer, cardiac, and neonatal care. Now Miguel Angel Jimenez, our leader by 2 on the tee at 9, which plays 453 yards.
And it's so important to put the ball in the fairway. And in my opinion, you start breaking down this golf course where critical shots happen throughout the round. I think this tee shot here at 9 is so important because the hazard down the right-hand side, as you mentioned, Bob, not a very short shot at all. But there is plenty of room out to the left, exactly where Jimenez placed his tee shot.
Hey, you know, Billy Ray, he's still got a lot of speed, a lot of confidence in that golf swing. He's letting it go. I don't see any hold back or guide at all. He is swinging with more confidence than any of the other two.
Well, and if he continues that aggressive state of play and he continues to put, no one makes a little pass at him, he's going to put a lot of distance between himself and the rest of the field, that's for sure.
And this group playing great golf when you consider Couples was a tie for 20th last week at the Masters, Langer a tie for 8th, and Jimenez 4th place finish.
Yeah, just great playing by the over 50 crowd at Augusta. We're going to have to see Fred and Bernhard really start maybe taking a couple of chances with their iron games. They've got to go flag hunting. I just think Jimenez is swinging too well to back off. He has played a beautiful round of golf so far today.
Now Langer coming off the bogey at 8. A 2-shot swing with Jimenez making birdie and Langer making bogey.
Well, you do have some help down the left-hand side. There's a hill that runs down the left-hand side of this fairway. If you can utilize the slope and bring it back to the fairway that way also, but you just cannot miss right.
And beautiful shot by Bernhard, puts it in the center of the fairway. He'll have a good look, but long iron going into that back left.
And again, Angel Jimenez in his Champions Tour debut with a 2-shot lead. Beautiful day here at TPC Sugarloaf in Duluth, Georgia. We here at Golf Channel would like to wish good luck to Champions Tour VP of Rules and Competition Brian Clare, who meets with us every Thursday, tells us about the golf course and the condition of the golf course. Well, he headed out of town a day early. He's running in the Boston Marathon for the 2nd year in a row. So BC, good luck in your competition at the Boston Marathon. As we go to the 9th, Bernhard Langer getting set to play his 2nd shot.
164 yards, 149 meters, 4 front.
174 to the hole.
For Billy Ray, at least those two guys are comparing in meters.
That's exactly right. They're right on the same yardage.
Yes.
Jimenez said he has 174 meters, which
top of the ridge, 62. 'That's just based on those scores we felt on the last 2 tees.
Where's the pin?
In that swale on the back left.
Is it left or right on the green?
Left. 5 from the left.
Billy Ray, I'd be wanting to go first here if I was the player, either one of them. Bernhard's Langer to take a little pressure off himself, and Jimenez to put some pressure on Bernhard.
Langer trying to bring this ball in from the right.
Similar shot to the last hole, not his best swing.
Well, Golf Channel's fantasy golf season is in full swing. Register today and start playing every week for your chance at the grand prize. A trip for 4 to the biggest events in golf. Register and play today at golfchannel.com/fantasy. Jimenez getting set to play his 2nd shot at the 9th.
Lanny, I agree with what you said in that state, but you know, the way that Jimenez is swinging right now and the confidence he's playing with, I think he is so dialed in exactly what he's doing. He's not concerned about anybody else. Just 198 yards all the way back to that hole. Don't miss left, though. You got some room right. Another good-looking shot.
And that's perfect distance. Gets it by the hole, makes for a simpler putt. Really solid strike.
To 13.
Anders Forsbrand drove the green, this for eagle, the first of the day. Just a hair too hard, but the birdie's good.
All right, Fred Couples set to play at 9. The only one of the 3 players in this group that uses yardage, not meters.
Now some 190 yards, a little helping breeze from the right. That was an 8-iron for Couples. Ball traveled a long ways.
Yeah, that was a large 8-iron, no question.
Well, Fred Couples needs to make something happen. Started the day 2 off the lead. Now he's 5 off the lead here at the Greater Gwinnett Championship. Back at the Greater Gwinnett Championship. Good fan turnout on this Easter Sunday to watch the final group of Bernhard Langer, Miguel Jimenez, and Fred Couples. Langer will be first to play at 9. And Billy Ray not a great job of attacking the flag at 9 for Langer.
He just didn't pull the shot off. He tried to execute the correct shot, bringing it right to left and just hung it out to the right a bit. But it's a putt that's left with him now. This is the one you don't want to really run at. The last third of this putt is back downhill. He can get away from you quickly. If I'm the mindset of Langer right now, this is where I try to get my 2 putts and move on to the 10th, the par 5. It's such a challenging hole. the 9th off the tee, then the second shot is also difficult. Anytime, in my opinion, 4 is a good score here.
Langer started the day a shot off the lead, was tied through 6 at 10 under, through 7 with a bogey at 8, and Jimenez a birdie at 8.
And that gets on by a little frisky right there. He was looking for better speed than that.
Well, make sure you don't miss Morning Drive every morning. All the latest stories and hot topics surrounding the game of golf. Morning Drive 7 days a week on Golf Channel. Jimenez, our leader by 2. Next to play at 9.
Well, the first 8 feet of the putt, pretty flat in the terrain. Then all of a sudden it goes back downhill and swings back to the left. And throughout the week, though, anytime he's been off his mark, as far as distance is concerned, he's just lagged the ball beautifully.
Yeah, even though this goes downhill, once it gets halfway there, it's still not going to be ultra fast. He's going back into a pretty good size hill, so essentially it'll negate some of it. Just looking to get the speed correct. If it falls in, a bonus.
Had it right on line, Larry.
He did. That's well done. No stress for the par.
We mentioned Miguel Angel Jimenez finished 4th last week at the Masters. And in his European Tour career, 14 victories, 11 second-place finishes, had a win in Hong Kong in December. And one of the reasons, as he told us, why we might not see him a lot this year on the Champions Tour, although he's enjoying himself, is the fact that he's got a really good chance to make the European Ryder Cup side.
Yeah, he's just one spot out of the mix right now, so that's his focus the rest of this year.
Fred Couples needs to make something happen fast.
Well, you got a good read of the speed from Langer's putt.
Couples will have that left for his par as we go 1 hole ahead to the 10th.
Jay Haas, 3rd shot to the par 5. Very nice. Jay will have that left for birdie. Hasn't made a bogey since the first hole yesterday. 2 under on his round today.
Now Fred Couples to finish up his par at 9. Couples a 1 over 37. Mistakes at the short par 3 3rd and the par 5 4th after the birdie at 1 had gotten him to within 1 shot of the lead. Now Bernhard Langer for his par at 9. See Bernhard Langer, a winner of the Schwab Cup in 2010, back-to-back second-place finishes, 19 wins on the Champions Tour, and a winner already this year. The defending champ here at the Greater Gwinnett Championship. Langer makes his par at 9. He is 2 shots off the lead as they head to the second 9 here at the Greater Gwinnett Championship. Miguel Angel Jimenez in his Champions Tour debut. 2 under on his round today and a 2-shot lead here in Duluth, Georgia.
Back at the 10th, Jay Haas for birdie to pull within 3. Haas now 1 back of Langer. 8 birdies in his last 27 holes. No bogeys in that stretch. He's making a charge. As we take a look at the leaderboard, Jimenez on the top of the leaderboard, and why he's there, well, Lanny Watkins is going to break down his swing.
Well, I love watching Miguel Jimenez swing, and today at the 8th, what a beautiful swing. The club releases right in front of him. Here at the 9th, same thing, completely lets it release and go, and stays down with this one exceptionally well through the shot with the ball below his feet. And, you know, I liked what I'm seeing from Miguel. We talked yesterday about the way he makes a huge turn in his swing. As we saw right there, just a huge turn back to the right side. As he gets back here, his arms and hands increase in speed coming down. And what that does when the pressure's on, you're always going to be a little quicker. So because he's made such a good big turn, and now his arms and hands get a little quicker from the top, it matches up even better. He's releasing the club harder. I think the more pressure and the tighter the swing, the better he gets. I mean, look, he's also got a wonderful grip. You look at great players like Arnold Palmer and Ben Crenshaw that have had terrific grips. And, you know, when you have a great grip like he does, it enables the club to work so well together, have the hands work together.
Jerry's all right.
And so we're talking about Miguel's grip. It's a beautiful grip. Hands just melt right on the club. Very, very nice. Much better than I ever had. But when you have a grip, the hands face each other, the club works very well, and not much chance for one hand to overtake the other. Nice to have everything releasing in unison down through the shot.
Well, another grip we've looked at over the years has been Fred Couples. Such a light grip with the right hand. Sometimes it comes off the club. Great breakdown there of Miguel Jimenez's swing. And Couples now on the tee at the par 5.
Well, we all know how long he can let it go off the tee. The important thing for him is avoid the bunker down the right-hand side.
And Lanny, for our fans watching on Easter Sunday and that watch you every week, when you talk about that perfect grip, what advice would you give for the people watching at home in order to have a solid grip, which is the foundation?
Well, the first thing I do is go to a PGA professional and be sure you're doing it properly. But there were a couple of things that you can always do. Number one, you can take your forefinger and against the pad on your left hand and make sure it balances in there and fits nice. And then in the overlapping grip, let the little finger go in the slot, fit down, and have a good control of the club in the thumb and forefinger of the right hand, and it should fit in the slot right here. So that's what you would shoot for. Some guys' hands look better on the club than a lot of others, and I've always been envious of guys like Palmer and Crenshaw whose grips look perfect.
Langer off the tee here at 10.
Well, Lanny, that's another player throughout the years. Langer having a strong left hand throughout the years, though he's weakened it up, and Langer's grip is also very solid.
It really is, and he has weakened it up, and because he's done that, his club face is now more square at the top, almost to open, than it's ever been in his career. His positions are better now than they were when he was winning 2 Masters.
Speaking of Bernhard Langer, it's now time for Charles Schwab Own Your Tomorrow, as Bernhard Langer is gunning for 19th consecutive subpar round. We see 2 rounds in the 60s so far this year. Everybody that's won in the previous 5 events on the Championship Tour have shot in the 60s in all 3 days. Can Langer do that and overtake Miguel Jimenez? Bernhard Langer playing with Jimenez and Couples. They've combined to compete in 19 Ryder Cups.
Back to the Greater Gwinnett Championship at the 16th hole. Willie Wood, 2-time winner on the Champions Tour. This for birdie.
Got it.
Willie stays 6 under on his round.
Well, the incredible story of Jared Lyle, who beat cancer twice to return to competitive golf. Plus, we remember Harold Ramis, the director of Caddyshack, an all-new episode of Emmy-nominated In Play with Jimmy Roberts tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern, only on Golf Channel. As we go back out to 10.
Where Freddie Couples is in play and in the fairway, Billy Ray.
Well, in the fairway, and definitely can get here in 2, David. He's got 235 front and what he's looking at. The breeze is a little bit from left to right here, but the issue that Fred has is concerned with the ball well below his feet. He likes to hit that big fade, so you would imagine he's going to be setting this ball up probably to the left side of the green. Trying to definitely work it back from left to right.
Watch it, watch it, watch it, 21.
Looked like 3-wood, Billy Ray, and just, really too much club there.
Well, he was caught right in between clubs landing. No way he could get hybrid there. And that's the gap that he has with the longer shot at 235. He hits that hybrid about 225. So he was caught right in the middle trying to hit a big cut in there.
5, please.
Now, Jimenez, he covers those gaps from with those long yardages land. He carries a 5-wood and also a 7-wood along with this 3-wood. So he covers that gap in between that 225 to the 240 range.
And Billy, I like that. I mean, I think it's more important to cover the gaps up high than the gaps down low. It's much easier to hit a little pitch wedge, little 9-iron than it is a little tiny 3-wood.
Yeah, nice lead there, just below the hole once again. Good leave.
Jay Haas, this for birdie at the 11th. 2 birdies in a row. Get him within 2. Back to 10.
Yes.
190 over the front. 201.
Yeah.
They should be okay. That should be.
Yes. Yeah.
Bernhard Langer, Terry Holt on the same page here. Langer leads the field in par 5 scoring this week, and the longest drive in the group here on 10.
Well, on Sundays, Langer can find that extra 10 off the tee, especially on par 5s. 219 to the front of the green. That's where he's trying to land it. The skin ball coming in very high and soft and left to right.
Just off the green, we'll have a look at Eagle. Trails by a couple to Miguel Jimenez. That's Bernhard Langer here in Atlanta. Back at the Greater Gwinnett Championship, long of the green right now on the par 5, 10th hole. Couples ball in hand, lift, clean, and pace. Got a pretty difficult shot here to get up and down. Try and get closer to Jimenez.
Freddie playing around with the drainage ditch.
Well, the ball sits on the upslope, but there's not much room at all to work with here. And the whole location on that front right portion of the green, and it slopes hard from right to left. If you can get this ball within 10, 12 feet, it would be, in my opinion, a phenomenal shot here. There's just not much room there. It's about as good as you can do there.
Well, next to play is Bernhard Langer. Last year came to the par 5, struggling a little bit. Greater Gwinnett Championship, the inaugural event. Here he was, his 4th shot at this very hole, similar position to today, trying to get up and down, does one better, and that birdie spurs him on the back 9 to his victory here in Atlanta. That was his 4th in the state of Georgia. And so Bernhard Langer, the inaugural Greater Gwinnett champion. Chance to do it again, but this one would be for an eagle. And he said in his post-round conference yesterday that he 3-putted the 18th hole for par. Other than that, he would have shot 30 on the back 9. So really spurred him on that back 9 yesterday and last year, Billy Ray.
David, it really did. He played so beautifully on the backside. He still hit a couple, in my opinion, loose shots through 13 holes, but then with the birdie at 14, it was game on for him from that point. And now this shot, he's going to have a couple options. He's got a chance to putt it, which I think he no problem getting this ball down and 2 putting it. But if he chips the ball and gets the ball on the green, lands it on there, takes the guesswork out, what would happen through the fairway mown grass, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to go ahead and land this ball on the green and try to make it.
Bob Rosberg always used to say the air is smoother than the ground, so let's see if that works here for Bernhard Langer.
It definitely is quick. It gets on the green and will move from his left to right.
This for a share of the lead.
Oh, my.
He likes that club on this hole. Yielded a birdie, holding the chip last year and getting it close for birdie this year.
Couple holes ahead. David Frost for his birdie to get to 6 under.
Yeah, needs to make them in bunches at this stage.
David pours it in. Only 6 birdies heading into today at 12.
You're a great leader.
So Langer polished off his birdie. Now Jimenez, third shot. Boy, if this were to drop, it would send a huge message.
Well, this is a much, much easier shot than which Langer had. It's back up the hill. Be a little bit more aggressive with it. Yeah, there's no really hiccups in his golf game right now, David. He just keeps applying the pressure.
Just a tiny bit left to keep his 2-shot lead. As we move forward to the drivable par 4 13th, Fred Funk did not reach the green. His second shot here. Fred doesn't really have the length to get it there. 246 to the front of this green. So he's going the old-fashioned way. Put himself in position for a birdie with the putter. As we go back to the 10th, now Couples. Billy Ray, you make par here, you feel like you're dropping a shot.
Yeah, you certainly do. And the mindset of Couples, it was trying to making 3, but just to keep pace, you've got to definitely make this putt. But for Couples' length off the tee, par would be a huge hit.
3 eagles here today. The hole playing easier than only 2. Easier on the entire golf course. That's 13 and 18. So disappointing. Couple stays 1 over on his round. Jimenez now to restore that 2-shot lead.
So Jimenez the tap-in birdie, and he now moves to 12 under par and now 2 shots clear of Bernhard Langer in Duluth, Georgia. Second shot for Jay Haas at 12.
Yeah, front hole location there, you have to be careful. You cannot come up short, so maybe just a little left of the flag would be advisable.
All right, nice shot.
That's what Jay does. Very well done.
Well, make sure you go to PGAtour.com now for the best in Champions Tour coverage. Get all the insider information you need with Champions Tour Power Rankings and Champions Tour Insider, only on PGAtour.com. As we go to the 11th.
And Jimenez on the tee. No wind to contend with today.
Really not, John. If there's any, it's a little slight breeze back into the face. And the way he's handled the par 3s throughout the week, this one should be no problem at all. And given the hole location right in the center of the green with the lack of wind, I don't think the water comes into play at all. Still a 6-iron.
Still a daunting looking shot though.
It certainly is, but we keep saying it over and over though. But the rhythm of his golf swing right now, it just looks like someone's going to have to do something spectacular to catch him.
Yeah, that'll be okay. Very safe. Still be able to putt that. Bernhard Langer will be next.
Well, John, wouldn't you know it, as we were talking about no wind whatsoever, now it just starts to pick up. I mean, it is it's a good 10 to 15. It's, as soon as the flight of Jimenez ball was in the air, the wind started to pick up.
Surely you're not suggesting he has control over that as well.
No, John, he's got a control of a lot of things. I don't think that.
All right. Shots just to the right of the flag, don't you think?
Yeah, just to the right of the flag. But you got to start, maybe if you're Langer, start picking some points out where you know in Jimenez now with the tee shot wide right there, more than likely making 3. You got to start, if you're Langer, trying to pick your spots where you get aggressive. This might be it here. Also a 6-iron for Langer.
Looks to be right as well.
Very makeable, though, just
Yes.
below the hole.
Good shot. To 13.
We saw Fred Funk. Did not try and drive it on the green. 286 yards to the hole. He averages 266 off the tee. So he laid up. Hit his approach to here on the short par 4 13th. This now for birdie. Fred coming off a birdie at the 12th. Can't go back to back. Stays 3 under on his round 6 back.
Fred Couples, a little different situation here, don't you think, Billy Ray? Has to go at the flag.
Oh, definitely. Fred with the 7-iron also taking one less than the other two players. True indication. One, yes, he is a little bit longer, but the shape shot that he's going to try to play in here, I think 7-iron is a perfect club for him, but definitely he's got to be looking just at the flagstick.
Well, it was an aggressive line by Fred Couples. He'll have that uphill putt for birdie. He's going to need to make some. Jimenez with a 2-shot lead over Bernhard Langer. Players going to have to get going on this back nine if they're going to catch those two. We'll be back to Duluth in just a moment.
Back at the Greater Gwinnett Championship. Jay Haas for birdie at 12.
If he's going to make a run, he's going to have to make a couple of these coming in. Just like that. Attaboy, Jay Haas, right in the jar.
Jay looking for his 17th win on the Champions Tour, 60 years of age, now 3 off the lead as we go 1 hole ahead to 13.
Where David Frost is going for the green off the tee. Frost, 268.5 is his driving average. Yardage this year on the Champions Tour. 246 to the front, 283 to the hole.
Hang on. Hang on. Go, go. Okay.
Well, with his hands getting up and down from there, pretty likely story.
Back at the 11th. Jimenez going for his birdie from off the green.
Yeah, just off the edge of the green, John, and it goes back to the point we spoke of over at the 9th where he was coming back down the hill, how speed control throughout the week has been phenomenal.
It really has in changing conditions as well, being damp and now obviously quicker.
Yeah, the greens is, I think, picked up a couple feet in pace today alone.
And again,
John, well, you know that makes you sleep easy at night when you leave yourself like that for tap-in pars.
Well, Miguel Angel Jimenez trying to win in his Champions Tour debut. Currently with a 2-shot lead over Bernhard Langer. There have been 17 debut winners on the Champions Tour. Jeff Maggart did it in the last event on the Champions Tour in Biloxi. In fact, the last time that players won in their Champions Tour debut, you've got to go back to the first year of the Champions Tour, 1980, when there were just 4 events. Don January won in Atlantic City. Roberto DiVincenzo then won the U.S. Senior Open the following week.
and now we'll see if Fred Couples can knock this in.
Well, he can give it a run, John, back up the hill, turning to his left.
Gotta hit it.
The line was good, though, just not enough pace.
Next to play will be Bernhard Langer. So we take a look at the World Golf Hall of Fame members here this week. Couples, Montgomery, Lyle, Nelson, Price, Langer, Crenshaw, Hale Irwin, and our own Lanny Watkins. From one Hall of Fame member, Fred Couples, to another. Bernhard Langer looking over this birdie putt, Billy Ray.
And he learned a lot of the speed from Jimenez as it comes down the hill, and not a lot of break either, John. It will try to work a little bit to his left, but not much. We've already talked about timely fashion in which Langer makes putts, and this would be a perfect time now.
Well, other than the 18th yesterday where he 3-putted, his pace has been pretty darn good all week as well. Will it take the break? Just a little too firm. So he will tap that in for his 3. Our leader will be next. Lenny, you'd just kind of backhand this one, wouldn't you?
I'd probably think about it for a second, John. But it'd be probably a 50-50. Left-handed at least.
Yeah. Safely in. Nice 3. Up to 13.
David Frost. His second shot at the par 4 here. This eagle could make some noise, bring him within 4 shots, put him just behind Jay Haas, solo 4th. He's been known to hole out some chip shots, one from the bunker in New Orleans to beat Greg Norman back in the early 90s. It funnels back to the right, to the left a little bit. And you can see the mindset. You just get it rolling on this green in the front. It can get back there. You'll have that left for birdie. Let's go forward 1 hole.
Fred Funk from the middle of the fairway. His second shot, 6 under. Needs to try to stick this one close. Needs to make birdies all the way to the house to have any chance of winning.
Go.
Wants it to go a little bit. Catches the ridge. Should move a little bit to the left, and good shot.
Meanwhile, on the tee at 12, Miguel Jimenez, our leader by 2.
And Billy Ray looks like he's got 3 wood.
And I think that's a play. The first 2 days.
Okay, got it. Focus. Yes, it is, Miguel.
Rain, wind back into their face, a slight breeze today, but the first 2 days, though, I don't think there's anybody in the field that drove it as accurate off the 12th than he did up the left-hand side. And that bunker today with the tees moved forward at 283, going with 3, but I think he takes that out of play.
Yeah, and you want to stay aggressive. You want to make a hard swing. You don't want to start guiding the ball right now. Takes it the right edge of that bunker.
It's not going to get there. It should be just perfect right there. Smart play, as you said, Lane. 3-wood does not indicate that he's not aggressive. It's just a smart shot, and he was able to be aggressive with the swing and keep it out of the bunker.
Yeah, and Billy Ray, if they've looked at the hole locations, today's hole location's about 30 yards closer up to the front edge. So the hole's been shortened just by the location of the flag.
Well, and I can tell you all 3 players have indicated that. They got on the tee, looked at their pin sheet, knowing the hole location in that front portion. So the second shot is not going to be as long. Langer also going with 3-wood.
This hole has played the hardest on the golf course this week. 6 birdies the first 2 days combined. There's been 10 there today.
Well, Langer made birdie here yesterday by hitting a 4-iron to about 8 inches yesterday. This is the hole yesterday where they were behind somewhat. Got put on the clock here, but played this hole so quickly with 2 birdies and a par, they got immediately back on time.
And Langer's ball over in the middle of the fairway. Now Fred Couples with 3-wood. As long as he is, he's got to be a little careful with this club. I mean, Langer got it bunker high, so I would say Freddie's got to take it just off the left edge of that bunker.
Going right at that bunker. It could be through it.
Oh, and it hits very soft and is in the rough and looked like it picked up some mud.
Well, everybody chasing Miguel Jimenez here at the Greater Gwinnett Championship. And back live with the Greater Gwinnett Championship. Miguel Jimenez playing his second at 12, our leader by 2.
Well, you sit back in the fairway, it's just an inviting hole location to get at in that front right portion of the green. If you get it just left of the flag, there's a swell there to make the ball work down to the right. It only has 165 yards. This is right at it, guys.
Was another wonderful golf swing, and he has just stuffed it in there about 3 feet. Beautiful shot by Jimenez.
To 13.
David Frost now for birdie. Trying to drive the green, finished up just short of it. Chip down to here, and Frost finishes his second consecutive birdie. 5 back for the moment.
Would be struggling.
Bernhard Langer 2 back, playing his second at 12.
Well, Jimenez hitting first from the fairway just puts a ton of pressure on Langer to try to match that shot. Trying to use that slope. It's too far to the left, though.
Fred Couples next to play.
The breeze has picked that back in his face, and this ball's sitting down, Lanny. And I think it's a lie that Couples really can't be concerned about. He's got to be thinking flagstick. That's it. You can't play safe here.
No,
Greens are soft enough to hold it.
Yeah, he's so far back, Billy Ray. He's got to, make about 5 birdies coming in, and he needs to start right now.
Almost getting that bunker. He only has 148 yards left, so a lot of loft on the club. He caught that one heavy.
Let's go to 13.
Man who was Couples' assistant captain for 3 years on the President's Cup team for the U.S., Jay Haas, the drivable par 4. He's got the driver in hand.
That left.
Oh, and it just hit soft on him, David. He got it right there. He carries another 5 yards, and he's in the middle of the green.
It feeds all the way back there, but Jay Haas is charging. Haas is 4 under on his round, a couple of birdies in his last 4 holes. He's just 3 back.
Third shot for Fred Couples at the 12th. And Lanny, he's played 3 of the 4 par 5s to this point, 1 over. And no way you can make a run at Jimenez playing that way. As Couples nearly holding out for birdie at 12.
No, it's not, Bob, and that's right in Freddie's wheelhouse, and he's just not taking advantage of his length. And we go to 18 and watch Billy Andrade going to the 18th a moment ago.
Yeah, and this is one of the key shots that you set up earlier, trying to get home in 2.
Yeah, and he's in even better position. The far right edge of that fairway puts it back on an upslope, makes this shot a little bit easier. Carries it right in the center of the green, should use the slope and come down to the flag. And does a little bit. Great shot by Billy.
So an eagle opportunity at 18 awaits as we go to 14.
Hey, Fred Funk, this for birdie coming down the hill pretty quick. Never really got that started on line. He'll remain 6 under par.
Now the birdie putt for Bernhard Langer at 12.
Billy Ray, we saw almost the same putt by Jay Haas, maybe a little shorter. It goes down the hill, moves left to right.
Exactly what I'm seeing, too. And you got to think after the shot Jimenez played in there, this is a must make, even though we have the exciting par 4 13th ahead where they can drive it almost.
Oh, and he leaves it short down the hill. It's good putt, though.
To 13.
Billy Ray mentioned it. 13th hole, drivable. Jay Haas didn't quite reach the green, but this for eagle from just off the green. Pretty quick, going to feed from right to left. Bounce a little, start. Might have knocked it offline a bit. You can see try and come back a bit. So it's somewhat in a funnel back there. If you can get it on that front of the green, like Lanny had said, you can just roll it on back there and get yourself a good look at eagle.
Now Miguel Angel Jimenez trying to widen his lead at 12.
Yeah, I know it's not by design all the time, but leaving it where he's left it with these birdie putts, straight back up the hill, no break whatsoever.
And he has been rock solid on those things. They're going straight in the center with perfect speed.
Jimenez now up by 3 as we go ahead to 18. We showed you the second shot of Billy Andrade, his eagle putt at 18.
Oh, and a good effort. The ball hung up there. I thought that would move a little bit more to the left. Still nice playing by Billy. Looks like he's actually swinging a little better this week than he was when we were down in Mississippi.
He had a chance to win there, a 5 under 67 in his final round. Now Couples for his par at 12.
Well, Bob and Lanny, it's not often that you see Couples there, almost an innocent bystander right now.
Not taking advantage of the par 5s was the key. Willie Wood for birdie at 18.
We got a good read off Billy's putt. That one gets just a little bit left.
Good playing by Willie Wood today. Started the day even. 6 under 66. Excellent round for Willie Wood. But 7 off the lead to 14.
David Frost up in the left rough. Good lie. Second shot.
John, he's been kind of quiet this year. 20th right now in the Schwab Cup standings.
Yeah, but he can catch fire at any time, Bob. He's got the firepower to do it. Really terrific iron player, and as Lanny mentioned earlier, terrific short game and a marvelous putter. So pretty good combo. Wants that to come down a little bit, and it stays up. Lengthy birdie putt here. 7 under at the moment. Back a hole to 13.
Jay Haas looking at his birdie putt. 2 times he won the year-long Charles Schwab Cup points race in 06, the tightest in history. Fred Funk finishing runner-up that year. 2007, it was Lauren Roberts on top. $500,000 annuity to Jay Haas in 07, so $2.5 million in those first 3 years. Certainly went to help a number of great charities in the Greenville, South Carolina area. Jay always philanthropic. He won the Schwab Cup. His son won the FedEx Cup. Alan Doyle in 01 started it all with the win in the year-long points race. A bunch of 2-time winners followed him up and followed him, giving so much money to charity. We saw Haas in 06 and 08, Roberts in 07 and 09. Langer, 2 times he won majors in 2010 and won his only year-long points race. Lehman, the only guy successfully to defend a year-long Charles Schwab Cup points race title, and Kenny Perry's our reigning winner. Haas, 75, NCAA individual champion at Wake Forest, teammate of Curtis Strange.
And Alan Doyle won his senior open at Prairie Dune. That's where the NCAA championship will be this year. We'll have it for you live on Golf Channel.
Yeah, I can't wait to get there and watch those youngsters play a spectacular golf course. And David, this is a putt that Jay Haas has to hold.
Absolutely, with Jimenez just churning those birdies. Outstanding on the tee here at 13. You know, he'll have an opportunity, should have an opportunity for birdie here, but now Haas to get to double digits, only 3 back. Jay Haas playing very well, but it's got to feel like he's throwing down 4 aces, 4 kings, and you got Jimenez throwing 4 aces right after him because he can't gain any ground with all those birdies he's making.
A moment ago at 15, second shot of Fred Funk. 15 playing 406 yards.
Hole over against the left-hand side of the green. And Fred got a little greedy, and now he's got a tough bunker shot.
To 13.
Jimenez looking at the green clearing.
Well, David, I've seen enough firepower from these 3 guys that I think they can all get there. In fact, I think they can carry it on the green.
On the PGA Tour, Jimenez averages 289.5 yards.
Sí, exactly. And you keep it on now that is the 20 spot.
That's the edge of the bunker. You see there's a bunker there. Used to the
Yes.
balls supposed to
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
Driver in hand, Billy Ray.
David, I love it. I love the play. Just keeps applying the pressure and the way he's driven the ball throughout the week. And that at 246, it's about 13 yards wide, that interest of the green up here on the right-hand side. And the way he's driven it all week, it wouldn't surprise me at all for him to go ahead and get it all the way back there.
And you know, guys, even if he tugs it in that left bunker, that is not a tough shot at all.
It really is not with that whole location, that back portion. A little breeze from the right.
Well, early in the broadcast, Lanny told us how to play this hole. A key shot. Jimenez. Let's see his strategy.
Yeah. It is, Miguel.
Ooh, that's going to run.
That might be the best of the day.
Amazing. Just a perfect trajectory, perfect flight.
Didn't get quite the run I would have thought, but a great position for an eagle putt from Miguel Angel Jimenez. Langer on the Champions Tour averaging about 10 yards less, 279.5. He's got driver in hand as well, Billy Ray.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be an issue. I think, though, if Langer would turn this ball over just a bit, maybe getting just to try to trundle up that right-hand side a little bit, let it run up, and not trying to fly it all the way there.
We really haven't seen a ball that landed short that's gotten on the green. Almost everything that's gotten there has landed at least to the front edge. Much like that one right at the front edge. That'll work out okay.
Yeah, still very well done. It's just when you look up there and you're up by the green, it's just a small, narrow section of the green to get it through. Well done there by Langer for sure.
We heard about Alan Doyle winning at the NCAA site for this year's team play, Prairie Dunes. He beat in Kansas, ended up beating Tom Watson there, beat Greg Norman with a 63 the year before in Ohio. When Langer won his U.S. Senior Open, this man, Fred Couples, was his runner-up. Surprised he got a driver?
I really am surprised. The only way that he doesn't get this through the green, he's going to have to hit a shape left to right back into that breeze.
So Couples flies it on the green. Not a lot to work with. A little bit downhill in his pitch shot for eagle.
Now David Frost, we saw his second shot come up short here at the 14th. This is a long birdie putt to get to -8. Running out of holes. And leaves it short. Now back at the tee, Jay Haas. Good solid golf swing right there by Jay Haas. Finds the middle of the fairway. We'll have a good angle at the hole location over on the left. But Jimenez right now with a 3-shot lead and total command. Solid golf all the way through.
It's going down. I'm yelling timber. You better move. You better dance. Let's make a night you won't remember.
Back at the Greater Gwinnett Championship, Fred Funk for his par at 15. Second shot found the greenside bunker. Played his third to here and lips out, and will make bogey at 15. So we go back to 13.
Very nice look at the green here. Fred Couples will be first to play.
He's got about 7 paces, 21 feet of the fairway to go through before he gets on the green, David. And, very surprised he's making this play. This is a lot of fairway to go through before he gets on the green.
Desperate times require desperate measures. Currently, Couples trailing by 7. Jimenez with an eagle attempt here.
Once it gets on the green, it'll pick up a little speed. Okay. Well done there. Freddie's still in good spirits, even though he's not playing his best golf. I'm not too, the way Lanny, anybody's playing right now, could catch Jimenez. He is just putting on a show.
Well, the man closest to catching him right here, tied with Jay Haas at 10 under, is Bernhard Langer.
He and his caddy Terry Holt surveying the situation. Really racy coming down this hill.
What kind of movement do you see there, Billy Ray?
It's got to be going back to the right. But the kicker is, though, just matching up the speed. It's got to be a good 2.5, 3 feet out to the left, in my opinion.
So he's going to be coming in here, down here, coming back to right. And the good thing for him is Jimenez is pretty much on the same line coming down here. So a great chance for a terrific read from Miguel.
Well, he will be watching that putt closely, that's for sure. Well, he and Terry Holt.
Yeah.
Speaking of Langer, they got a spot out there, Lanny, about halfway toward the between himself and the hole, out there to the left, where he's going to try to maximize the break right there, and then let the slope take it from the rest of the way.
Well, in 6 years on this tour, I've never seen Bernhard and Terry talk this much about a putt.
Well,
You've got to be kidding. You been sleeping over there, David?
Well, Langer. Tough to say it's a must make, but the man who's 3 shots clear of him has an eagle putt on his line. Hasn't made any mistakes on the back 9 all week long. Langer to pull within 1 for the moment.
Boy, just hung at the very end.
I am very surprised that ball did not turn back to the right. Beautiful pace.
Jay Haas tied with Langer, 3 shots back. His second shot.
And Johnny, he's still got to stay flag hunting.
Trying to hit a little draw in there. Get over that ridge. Good shot, makeable putt.
Langer tapped in, made his birdie. Now on a very similar line. Jimenez for eagle and a 4-shot lead.
David, what's going to be tough here is to really trust your eyes that ball does not go left. He was watching Langer's balls that started inching down toward the hole and not turning back to the right. We'll see if he trusts that line in which he saw Langer's.
I think he's going to be more concerned with getting the speed correct than anything else here. He did not want to do that. That's exactly what he did not want to do, is run that thing 5 feet by. I'm very surprised.
All week long, only 2 holes did he really make mistakes. That's 3rd and 4th holes yesterday, bogey and a double bogey. Been very methodical. That's a term Langer used about Jimenez, and Jimenez used about Langer, unbeknownst to one another, in their post-round news conferences yesterday.
Is that a kind way of saying they're both pretty slow?
Purposeful, shall we say, deliberate, all nice ways. But this for birdie.
Yeah, let me get it right. It's about a good, maybe 5 feet. I got it more 4.5 feet here, but not much break though back up the hill.
Langer unable to chip away at that lead here at the 13th. Birdies matched Jimenez and Langer. Couples looking to do the same, but he's running out of real estate in a hurry. Tough day for Couples. This birdie would get him back to even par after back-to-back bogeys at 3 and 4. All par since then.
Again, Angel Jimenez, known as the mechanic, and some call him the most interesting man in golf, and well, he's become a fan favorite just by the way he warms up. Lanny, a unique warm-up style.
It is a unique warm-up style. A lot of us over 50, if we did some of this thing, we'd just fall over the ground and not move. And my favorite is this, the knees. I didn't know you played so kneesy. And of course, we've got Esteban Toledo trying to show us his version. At least he got the cigar right.
Not as fluid in the hips. How about Jeff Sluman, though? He went with the fake ponytail.
And then trying to really stretch out those short little hammies that Jeff has.
Got it stretched like this.
And Fred Funk took it to a different level.
And then his classic one is, you got to get this. There you go. I think he does it. There you go. You get that going, then you got to do it a little.
It is kind of a funky move when you think about it.
It's a really funky move. I actually watched him do it today on the practice tee. And you know what? To his credit, he knows he's on stage when he's doing that. Everybody who turns around and watches, he just looks up and has a big old grin on his face. He knows he's putting on a show.
Yeah. Jay Haas. Again, we keep saying this, a must make.
Who we might add does not warm up like Jimenez.
Are you sure?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay.
Jay's having a heck of a day. He's shooting 5 under par and has not made up a shot.
Now, this reminds me of the old days when Johnny Miller got it going so well, Lanny, you just couldn't catch him.
No, you couldn't. I mean, and his low rounds were low 60s.
Got to hit it. Got to hit it. You got it. Yeah, buddy.
Did.
Good putt there. He's got that putter going again.
That was a wonderful stroke. He's made some of the best strokes I've seen him make in several years today, John. If he starts feeling with the putter as well as he's been playing, he's going to get him a win pretty soon.
No doubt about it. Well, he's not only playing well today, he's had a great season to begin with. Hasn't won yet, but he's right on the verge of it. Only one tournament where he was not in the top 10. Actually, not in the top 5.
And John, you know how consistent he's been. He has now played 284 holes this year on the Champions Tour. He's only made a total of 14 bogeys all year.
Well, that's a lot of hitting a lot of fairways, a lot of greens, and as Lanny says, if his putter continues to go this way, he'll win more than once this year.
That's a one-day quota for you, Bob.
You like that, huh? Yeah, that is. That might be a 14-hole quota.
Now back at the tee, Miguel Jimenez.
John using the forward tee once again. Fairway moves a little bit from left to right. A little slight breeze back into their face. Ample room to drive it here.
I have not seen one drive that he's gone at that hard all week that he hasn't been on balance. That's beautiful. Now,
That looks like fun, John.
Yeah, it must be.
I'm telling you, it's just full control of his golf game right now. Still a lot of work left to do, though.
Yes, there is, because this guy right here never gives up. Bernhard Langer. Be heading left. Needs a bounce.
John, it's going to be okay. The ball's going to be sitting well below his feet, but the trees down the left-hand side will not cause really any problems with his second shot.
Now Fred Couples. Just even par for the day. Good solid rip there by Fred Couples.
Yeah, good solid rip, John, and just barely gets past Jimenez. It just shows you how much power he's playing with.
We are seeing some terrific golf here at the Greater Gwinnett Championship at Duluth, Georgia. Jimenez with a 3-shot lead over Langer and Haas. We'll be back to the TPC Sugarloaf in a moment.
Back at the Greater Gwinnett Championship on the tee at 15, Jay Haas. 3 off the lead.
Nice drive up the left center of the fairways. What he's looking for here.
Beauty.
There you go. Couldn't be any better.
Well, we talked about what could happen at 18, Lanny, the par 5 18th. This, a moment ago, the second shot of Colin Montgomery.
Yeah, in the center of the fairway on a little bit of a down slope. The high 220s to carry the front. And what a shot. Monty still with plenty of power.
All right, as we go to 14, Bernhard Langer getting set to play. And John, you won a PGA Championship. Lanny, you won one as well. You're in the Hall of Fame. Is Langer now thinking of a number he's got to get to with the way Jimenez is playing?
I don't think he's really thinking of a number. I think he's going to try to birdie every hole coming in and try to establish his own number, not worry about what Jimenez is doing.
I think he's exactly right. Yeah, you go flag hunting with every iron that you can get the blade on, and that's a great example right there. Really tough shot, but Bernhard didn't back off one bit. When you've won as many tournaments as he has, you know that if you get any opening at all, you've got to run through it as fast as you can and stay aggressive. You cannot count on this guy going backwards. He's just playing too well.
And John, what about Jimenez? He's got this 3-shot lead. He knows Langer and Haas are right there. Do you stay aggressive in this situation?
You bet you do, and because he's playing great, why would you back off of that game plan? That's the way he's played all week. I'd go at every flag.
Not only that, it's just a 3-shot lead, and things change very quickly out here. We saw a 2-shot lead already today with these guys on the 8th hole.
Supposed to come and finish from 2 o'clock. It's there at the moment, yeah. You've got to go as it is. Sure.
Billy Ray, what would your mindset be?
Well, it's also the same thing, basically what Lanny was saying. You have to really don't want to set a number right now because conditions, you're going to make birdies. You got to try to birdie every hole for your Langer. But This is a perfect time to strike if you're Langer right now. He put it close. And it's going to be interesting what Jimenez does here. Just 5 paces left of this hole. There is a huge collection area with a steep slope down there. If you make a mistake there, it's tough to get it up and down and possibly get a 2-shot swing on just this one hole. Playing the smart play, though. Out to the right, still good distance control.
Yeah, that's a smart play, right? Nice draw in there, and it's coming back to the hole. Awesome.
Got about 6 feet, John. Very conservative out to the right.
Second shot for Jay Haas at 15.
He's tugged it left. That's a mistake he can't make at this stage of the game. And now he's got an extremely difficult bunker shot.
Fred Couples, the 14th.
And just a pitching wedge from 144th. They help him breeze.
Yeah. You're hoping
Not
for a
what he
bigger
needed,
hop
John.
there. But this is a clinic right now, and it's a great one to watch. Stay tuned.
Turn my back to the wind, catch my breath before I start off again.
The gym.
Fred Couples for birdie at the 14th. It's a similar putt to what Jay Haas had earlier. Went down the hill, not a lot of break. And the story of the day, pretty good pace, but just a little off on the read for Fred Couples. To 15.
All right, Jay Haas, third shot at 15.
Well, the one thing that makes this doable is he is on the upslope, so should be able to throw it up nice and soft. Just tugged it a little bit. Very nice shot.
Jay will have that left for his par to stay 3 back.
Bernhard Langer with a good look at birdie here, Billy Ray.
It is a good look, but it's downhill too. It's a double breaker, goes a little bit left and back right. It's just amazing. Back in the fairway, we saw Langer stuff it in there. Then Miguel Angel just knocks it in there closer. Never went back right.
No, it looked like it.
Surprising there.
Looked like it fooled him there, Billy Ray. Bernhard Langer has been a top 10 machine. You take a look at this, a guy that's as consistent a shot maker and turned into a wonderful putter. Look at all the top 10s he's had.
Well, we showed you the great second shot of Colin Montgomery at the par 5 18th. This for his eagle.
Just looked like he pushed that out to the right a little bit. Still another nice tournament from Monty.
4 under 68 in his final round. Finishes at 6 under. Back to 14.
And this to add to the lead, Billy Ray.
Yeah, John Langer just came off the green to me and said, looked at me and said, Billy Ray, would you try to read these greens for me? I said, I missed that read also, Bernie. He said he's just having difficult getting the right line. But he meant it. Had a good look at what Langers did coming down the hill. Can't give the hole away.
Little pull. First one of those we've seen this week. to 15.
Jay Haas for his par at 15.
It's a great up and down for Jay. Needed to be looking at that for birdie.
Now Jimenez for his par at 14, and he stays at 14 under par. Well, he made 5 straight pars to start his round, made a birdie at 6, and then Lanny, his tee shot at 8.
Yeah, he's made a lot of great swings this week. I think this is one of the best. Really tough hole. Players he's playing with have already put it in trouble. What a shot. 4 on in there, about 4 feet.
He'd make birdie at 8 to get to 11 under par. Then his third shot at the par 5 10th.
Yeah, 2 nice shots and a very simple chip here, and puts it up there where there's no pressure at all to make birdie 4.
And that would get him to 12 under par. How about his second shot at the difficult par 4 12th, the hardest hole in the golf course?
Well, another excellent golf swing. This thing is all over the flag. His distance control is amazing today.
That would set up another birdie, get him to 13 under par. Then at the drivable par 4 13th.
Well, it's drivable, and he did. Terrific swing. He gets it in there even a little tighter to the bunker. Great first hop. And all the way back into the center of the green. Just a beautiful shot.
2-putt birdie. That would move him to 14 under par and currently 3 shots clear of the field. Well, he's making his Champions Tour debut, and right now he's in total control. And Lanny, what we're also seeing is this is a guy that has 20 wins under his belt in his career, and he's kind of showing that here.
Well, it's no fluke, and he made a great choice coming here for his first event. He's played this course, when it was a regular PGA Tour event, so there was a level of comfort here. Knew where to stay, knew where the restaurants were, knows the golf course. That's big. Now you come over here, he's coming off a high from Augusta National. He finished 4th. Not surprising at all what he's done this week. He's playing with a lot of confidence, and I've seen him play for a long, long time. I've never seen him swing better than he is right now.
And he won on the European Tour in Hong Kong in December. And we see a lot of guys make their Champions Tour debut and they had 1 or 2 or 3 PGA Tour wins, but there is a specific know-how as far as knowing how to win, and he obviously is counting on that experience.
Oh, well, there's no question, and he's won against the likes of Westwood and Langer and Montgomery over the years. Not much in this country, other than a few tournaments here and there. I played with them in a PGA Championship at one point in time. But when you've won 20 times around the world, and I don't care if they've been in pro-ams or what, you've learned how to win, and that's something he knows, and that's the way he's approaching this round today, trying not to make any mistakes and staying aggressive. That's what a good front runner does.
And David Frost at 16.
Hit it over the green chip back to here. This for par to stay in a share of 4th.
So David Frost stays at 7 under. Next week, the PGA Tour heads to the Zurich Classic of New Orleans. You can see the action here on Golf Channel. The ladies are in San Francisco, and the European Tour heads to China. Champions Tour off for a couple weeks before returning to the Woodlands in a few weeks. Miguel Jimenez on the tee at 15. The other good thing for him, he's getting married in 2 weeks to Suzanne, his girlfriend. Looking forward to that. I talked to him about it the other day on the practice tee.
Well, going with 3-wood here, this is not a long par 4. Just looking for some accuracy, and the first chink in the armor.
And what a break, man. He hits the trees up the right-hand side and kicks back toward the fairway.
Yeah, when it's going good, it's going good. He just hits a foul ball, and it comes right back in play.
On the tee at 16, Duffy Waldorf, a couple under on his round with Frost, sharing 4th place. You don't want to hit it short here. Like Frost, if you miss the green, you want to knock it over. Ooh, very nice shot there.
Back to 15, Bernhard Langer on the tee.
He not going driver also, and that's a little surprising to me, given the hole location. It's in that center portion of the green today. I think you'd like to get it up there as far as you can, able to control the spin.
Billy Ray, I'm surprised too. He could take driver to the left side of the fairway and no way to hit it too far. So, in fact, that is not a good position at all. He's hung up in the rough. If that had been driver on that line, he'd have been fine.
Yeah, he certainly would have. And being up that left-hand side with that second shot, you also have to contend with that bunker that guards the left-hand side of the green.
Left-hand side of the green, meaningless to Jay Haas. The hole is cut way over on the right, 7 paces off the right side. And when I said you want to miss it long, you don't want to miss it that long. So Haas will have an up and down that's not that difficult.
Third member of our final group, Fred Couples, on the tee at 15.
Going with fairway wood as well. Really surprised these guys that are chasing Jimenez aren't being a little bit more aggressive. I don't quite understand this.
Fred Couples finds that left edge of the fairway. Miguel Angel Jimenez in his Champions Tour debut in control.
Out at the 16th hole, Jay Haas currently tied for second, missed the green. Here's his second shot. Oh, and it just took a soft first bounce, puts him in a position to have to try and make par from off the green. Trailing Jimenez by 3.
And after hitting the trees down the right side, Jimenez with a lengthy second shot at 15, Billy Ray.
It certainly is lengthy, Bob. It's 187 yards, and now being that far back, he has to contend with that tree about 25 yards short right of the green. He'll have to control the trajectory here to make sure he gets up and over that tree if he tries to get it to the center part of the green.
Well, his first miss was a foul ball. I mean, it went all the way in the trees. It was just an awful shot. I mean, the way he's been playing. Really surprised he didn't continue to hit driver. He hasn't missed a tee shot all day.
The ball is just above his feet, so he has to guard to get going a little bit to the left.
Yeah, this is a very narrow green. Very easy to miss this green off the right side.
I believe that lie catches him a little bit when he pulled it just a bit, came back into the bunker. He's got a nice lie, though, on the upslope.
He's on the upslope and plenty of green to work with from that angle.
You got a good job, don't you?
To 16.
Haas trying to stay 3 back from off the green for par. It won't come back that much. A rare bogey for Haas.
David Frost, right side of the fairway. Front right hole location here at 17 today. Nice shot. He'll have a look at birdie to get to 8 under. To 15.
Second shot for Bernhard Langer at 15.
Sees a little opening with Jimenez in the bunker. Have some 156 yards trying to bring it in from the right.
That's going to be hard to do with the ball that far below his feet. He's got it about 30 feet right of the flag. Not a bad shot. Hard flag to go at, simply because he hit 3-wood off the tee and didn't put it in a good spot.
All right. Couples playing his second. Lanny, when Langer saw Jimenez's shot go into the trees and then kick out, would you have switched your game plan and pulled out the driver?
I'd have been hitting driver anyway. I don't understand any of them hitting 3-wood. Maybe Freddie, as long as he is, but the other guys couldn't really hit driver in trouble if they hit it the way they've been hitting it all day.
To 16.
Well, that group will have this hole coming up next, where Waldorf hit a nice tee shot. This for birdie to move to 8 under. Unable to make back-to-back birdies. So Miguel Angel Jimenez headed to the 15th green, leading by 3, but in trouble here. Stay tuned.
Third shot for our leader, Miguel Angel Jimenez. Greenside
bunker. Sits on the upslope, Bob, and it will help him land this ball softly.
So Jimenez with a gorgeous bunker shot should be able to save his par. And how about his results this year, Lanny? 4th place at the Masters, tied for 13th, World Golf Cadillac Championship. Of course, had the win in Hong Kong in December.
Yeah, it's a nice year. I mean, he's playing against youngsters all year long, and they're bigger, stronger, and I would assume fitter, even though he is such a wonderful workout than he is. But he's still competitive on that tour. Wants to play on the Ryder Cup desperately. I spoke to him today. He loves playing over here in the United States and loves this tour. But for the rest of this year, his focus is going to be on making the European Ryder Cup team.
Now Langer at 15 for birdie.
Yeah, he complained to me as he walked off the green on the previous hole. He's having difficulty reading the greens. This one, not any easier to read. Initially, it'll break a left. I almost try to straighten up at the hole. Yeah, just not enough pace, though. Good line there for Langer.
17.
Jay Haas on the tee. Fairway bunkers right and left. Solid tee shot there. All three players in this group in the fairway. To 15.
Fred Couples for birdie started the day 2 off the lead, made birdie at 1. Langer and Jimenez made par, so he was within a shot of the lead, but his round unraveled at 3 and 4 with bogeys on those 2 holes.
Not one of Fred's better strokes right there. Just never had it on line and didn't look like he was happy with the speed when he hit it.
So Couples makes par, but Lanny, the big story for him at the par 5s, he did not take advantage of it. You see 1 over on the 2 par 5s on the front, made a par at number 10 after he flew the green. And in order for him to have a chance to win, he's got to really dominate in those areas.
Well, he does. And I mean, dumping that little small wedge in the creek at 3 and then drove in the fairway bunker at 4, then hit the lip, stayed in the bunker. So actually ended up making a nice bogey at 4.
Jimenez pours in the par putt. Good up and down sand save for our leader, Miguel Jimenez. Trying to join the winners this year on the Champions Tour. Bernhard Langer birdied 5 of the last 6 holes at Bawalali to win by 3 shots over Jeff Sluman and Fred Couples. Michael Allen beat Duffy Waldorf on the 2nd playoff hole at the Allianz Championship, an opening round 60, the key for Michael Allen. Kirk Triplett won the Ace Group Classic, 1-shot win over Langer, Waldorf, and Olin Brown. And the Champions Tour made its way to California. Fred Couples birdied the final 2 holes and was victorious for the 2nd time in his career at the Toshiba Classic. Then Jeff Maggart made his debut on the Champions Tour in Biloxi, a 2-shot win over Billy Andrade. Key birdie on the 17th on Sunday. The 17th debut winner in Champions Tour history. Can Miguel Angel Jimenez become the 18th? He has a 3-shot lead through 15 holes over Bernhard Langer, 4 clear of Jay Haas. Fred Couples leads the group at 7 under par. Kenny Perry even on his round today, really kind of stalled on Saturday and Sunday here at the Greater Gwinnett Championship. Billy Andrade a 5 under 67, nice playing there. Larry Mize a 4 under 68. Good scores from Roger Chapman and Peter Sr. as well.
Yeah, and Joe Durant making his debut this week as well.
As we go ahead to 16.
You hear the applause for the final group, and the leader has made his way. Jimenez first off the tee.
David, a nifty little hole today, playing downwind, downhill. And not wind, I should say, a little breeze helping. 160 yards in the whole location, I think, is just very gettable today in that front right portion.
We'll head right to the left.
You look at the clubs there, 7 through wedge for Jimenez. And when we got the clubs earlier in the week, he did it in meters. We made the adjustment to yardage, and 160 yards playing downhill. You think it'd be an ideal 9-iron now with that helping breeze and downhill.
Yeah, and one of the toughest things to do when you get playing in trees like this and holes going different directions is to ascertain which direction the wind's coming from. You know, sometimes players will get a map of the whole thing and draw an arrow where the wind's blowing.
Semi-steep face on that bunker in front of the hole there on the right-hand side, so a little better long than short here.
Well, that would be the case, David, but you know, when you're looking at numbers there, you're really kind of in between clubs. With the way he's playing right now, when you're coming down the stretch, you also have to factor in adrenaline. And I think 9-iron would be the perfect club. This is a 9-iron.
Good call, Billy Ray. Jimenez picking clubs for him. Langer wants you to read his greens. Nice going to 17.
Jay Haas getting ready for his second here. Trying to take it right at that flag, get a bounce back after the bogey at 16.
Come on, be right.
Oh, it is right. Lovely shot.
Way to do it. Pass.
To 16.
Yeah.
Langer on the tee. 3 holes remaining, trailing by 3 shots.
You see the clubs there of Langer also 7 through wedge. And it's an 8-iron for Langer. He's going to take something off of you. You try to match up those numbers. It's very interesting. Langer flights the ball a little bit different than Jimenez. Tends to almost bore the ball a little bit. The flight is not so soft. It's more of a leveled off trajectory. He sends this 8-iron though very high, trying to bring in high and soft. Well done.
Couples next to play.
The normal one of those would be all right.
Again, you look at the clubs that we have here. Yardage is there. Regular yardage, that's 7 through wedge for couples. He's in between clubs, in my opinion, right now. I think he's got the ability, if he really wants to step on one, to hit wedge at times. But I think the smart play would be 9-iron. And it definitely is a 9-iron. Just a 3/4 9-iron at that. Hit it right on the button.
Couples will have a birdie putt, but that man leads by 3. He's missed the green. No big worries. Langer, though, he's got a birdie putt at the 16th.
Call the ladies out, they're in there fighting me. 100 jewels on floats, 100 jewels between teeth. Now
Back at the Greater Gwinnett Championship, Miguel Jimenez at the 16th, his second shot to the par 3.
David not taking much time at all. Really quick putt coming back down the hill. He's got about 5 feet of fairway to go through, just trying to work it down there. And that one's going to be tough. Late Sunday afternoon, downhill putt.
Let's go to 17.
Jay Haas must make this to get him back to within 3. Wow. Terrific effort. Look how close this was. Took a peek in and didn't want any part of it. To 16.
Big putt here, Billy Ray. Langer trailing by 3. This for birdie. Jimenez not in the hole for par yet on this hole.
Well, he too not making Making a lot of work of this. Is trying to get on with it pretty quickly now.
Fred Funk at the 18th for his birdie. And it just never turned back right for him.
No, that looked like a pull all the way.
Fred 2 under on his round today, 5 under, now back to 16.
And another Fred, this for birdie. A ray of sunshine on an otherwise cloudy day today for Fred Couples. If you think they might be playing a little faster here now at the 16th, Butch Brooks, tournament official, timing this group. We're on the clock. The last group was on the clock yesterday. They picked up the pace. This group is now on the clock again with only 3 holes and a little less than 3 holes remaining. This is Jimenez for par. He'll take his time over this one, though.
Calmly makes his par at 16, and his lead remains 3 with 2 holes to play. Miguel Angel Jimenez in his Champions Tour debut, trying to hold off Bernhard Langer. And on the tee at the par 5 18th, Jay Haas 4 off the lead. Costly bogey at 16, missed the birdie putt at 17.
Yeah, and he's going to have to hit a couple of big ones to give this one a run. Not sure that's far enough. It'll be a little questionable.
Meanwhile, Steve Pate playing his 3rd shot. Trouble off the tee for Pate, currently at 6 under. 1 under on his round.
Yeah, in today's hole location, all the way in the back left, just set it out right, use the slope a little bit. You don't have to really go flag hunting. Nice shot just underneath the hole.
So Steve will have that for his birdie. Good week for him. Go 1 hole back to 17.
Fred Couples making his way to the tee. He'll be first to play. Good driving hole, 17. Lanny's got 2 fairway bunkers, 1 right and left, and they're at the same distance to them off the tee.
Yeah, Johnny, I think if you're along here like a Fred Couples, you want to hit it just inside the left bunker and play a nice little cut. The other 2 guys, you know, whatever they're comfortable with. But I think Fred has to play that shot. I think the other 2 guys, you know, they can feed it either way or just try to hit a straight shot down the middle.
Will Jimenez hit driver or 3-wood here? You wonder.
Yeah.
But Couples has the honor.
He's been hitting driver, and after the 3-wood performance over at 15, I think I'd pull driver back out.
I would too. See if Fred lets this one go.
Stand still, thanks.
Well, 2 out of 3 days he's been in that fairway bunker on the left. It just didn't cut enough. Now our leader with the driver.
Lanny, he must be listening to you.
Well, I tell you, Billy Ray, I mean, he's driven the ball so well today. I was surprised he took 3 wood at 15. Then after the way he hit that thing, you know, let's go back and hit the one you've been swinging so well at.
Yeah, I like the way this hole shapes up off the tee for him. A little left to right. Fairway does slope that way, and John's already touched on it. 261 to both bunkers. I love the setup here where the bunkers are not staggered at different, really different distances.
What's wrong with that?
Well, if you like it, you know, down the middle with the lead, perfectly done.
Bernhard Langer also with the driver, Billy Ray.
A little different wind today, a little breeze. The previous 2 days, it's been a little helping from the right with that northeast wind, but today, just a slight breeze back in their face.
John, I think it becomes imperative here that Bernhard pick up a shot here. You know, you can make up 2 at 18.
That's true.
3 is really, really tough. Got to get one here.
Well, Lanny, I think with the hole location, if you find the fairway with that hole location in the front portion, you definitely can make 3 here. A good start.
Bernhard Langer is in the fairway. We'll have a good look at the hole location on the front right. Needs to make birdie. Have a chance to make eagle at 18. Stick around.
Moment ago, Steve Pate for his birdie at 18. Played in the final group on Saturday.
Well read and well holed. Nice tournament for Steve Pate.
Yeah, 7 under par for the championship. And Kenny Perry, who wasn't able to kick it into gear for his birdie at 18.
Now, I thought he might have a little bigger weekend here. I think this course suits him very well. That suited him well, but the rest of the day wasn't what he was looking for.
Yeah, just a 1 under 71, 6 under as we go 1 hole back to 17.
Fred Couples out of the bunker.
Yeah, he's such a huge bunker, pretty flat. The lip of the bunker's not going to cause any problems. The ball just below his feet, decent lie. 173 yards. Caught this ball just a little bit on the upstream there, and it actually got all the way there. Not that bad there, John.
No, that's
pretty
very
nifty
good.
Shot.
Now David Frost for his birdie. David 3 under on his round today. And that wanders right, so David tap in for his par.
Jimenez with his second shot here at 17.
Well, just 1 yard closer, 172 yards. Ball just below his feet. Flag stick, a little sits in the shadows. Depth perception becomes an issue.
One of his good swings here can close the door.
Man, this is good looking here.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, another one of his good swings, we should say.
At 18, Duffy Waldorf currently at 7 under, going for it in 2 at 18. And hits it in that right green side bunker.
Well, that's not going to be an easy shot. That's straight downhill to the flag.
Back to 17.
And Langer flag hunting, Billy Ray.
You know, he really thought he might be holding the cards being last hit here, and he might have played a safe shot, but not the case. It's a tall order just to get it inside, Miguel NL.
Needs it to spin back. Not what he was looking for. The 17th. To 18.
Now Jay Haas forced to lay up at 18, 4 off the lead. Jay 5 under on his round today.
Yeah, pretty simple shot here. Water not really a factor. Plenty of green around that flag, so just go flag hunting.
Eat it out. Get down.
Just carried it past the hole, did not get it to spin back.
Well, before he played that shot, Jay was kind of staring at the scoreboard, and he had told his caddy Tommy Lamb that he would have gone for it if he was within a couple, but down 4, no shot. But great playing by Jay today.
He's played wonderful, and there was no sense spending a whole lot of money there at 18 if you don't have to.
And this guy, Miguel Angel Jimenez, has just been fantastic. 5 under on his round today. No bogeys on the card today, and he's really dialed in the clutch shots, and he's kept the pressure on his nearest pursuers at all times.
Yeah, he really only missed one shot that we saw all day, the tee shot at 15, and just been in complete control, and it's been a very easy 5 under par today.
Well, it has, and he's kept a lot of his shots underneath the hole, so he really hadn't had to worry about speed. So he has been just, it's magnificent. It's been a clinic of how to play golf. Tee to green, wonderful putting. Bernhard Langer will be first to putt here, and looking for some magic here, Billy Ray.
It is, John. It's a must make, and secondly, it's when you start must make, you'd like it up the hill pretty straight, but this one downhill breaking to the left, so he's got his hands full here.
And John, you know the thing too with Langer, I mean, it's not like he's played poorly today. He's 3 under on his round.
Absolutely. It's when you get somebody, when you get 2 players playing really well, and it's a duel. And the guy that comes out on top a lot of times, has happened just at the 8th hole, Lanny, when there was the 2-shot swing. That's what turns it all around.
Yeah, and the other thing, I don't think Bernhard's iron game has been that sharp today. He has not stuffed one iron shot that we've seen.
No, he really has. It's very uncharacteristic of him. Don't leave it short.
On the putt you just have to make, he leaves it short.
Fred Couples be next.
Pretty impressive second shot that Couples played from the fairway bunker, John, and he's got it just to the right side of the hole. You talk about not playing that poorly, just never got anything started with that birdie at the first and the 2 bogeys, but after that just never got any momentum whatsoever, speaking of Couples.
Just never seemed to make anything, Billy Ray.
Nope, he did not.
Ready? Come on, Freddie.
Nice 4, but needed to make 3. Now, Miguel Jimenez. Lovely shot. Another great look at birdie, Billy Ray.
Again, leaving it right back up the hill, John. It's amazing where he's left the ball. Putts that are not with a lot of break back up the hill.
Looks like he's had a little trouble with some of the reeds on the back.
Oh, birdie putt for Duffy Waldorf.
Pretty good bunker shot, just keeping it on the green. Lets that putt wander away to the right.
As we go back to 17.
Bernhard Langer will have a short putt for par.
I can tell you this final group will go off the clock as they make their way over to the 18th tee after Langer putts out here at 17.
Oh, look down at the 18th green. Great fan turnout throughout the course of the week, even with the weather that we had on Friday and Saturday. Beautiful conditions on this Easter Sunday, and Jay Haas trying to wrap things up with a birdie at 18.
A little downhill left to right breaker. Just hit it through the break. Good effort.
So Jay will have that left for his par. And 5 under 67. And for Jay, again, it'll be his 5th top 5 finish in the first 6 events of the year.
Yeah, he's playing awfully well, and you know, either someone is just playing a little bit better each week, or Jay's not making quite enough putts. He's obviously holed plenty of putts today, being 5 under par, but you know, the level of play is awfully top notch out here. Great tournament for Jay.
Goes to 10 under and a 5 under 67 in the final round. Now back to the tee, our final group at 18, which plays 544 yards, a par 5, back down the hill.
Well, a tee shot, too, that you just got to guard against it going down the right. You can go up the left-hand side, get it out there about 285 yards, catches a downslope, and you got another 15 to 20 yards after that.
Freddie's right by the sprinkler where he had it yesterday, almost the exact same place. Can't be 3 yards from where he was yesterday when he hit 5 wood, I think it was, up on the green.
Now our leader, Miguel Angel Jimenez, with a 3-shot lead.
That's up to the left side, kind of short. That'll almost for sure guarantee a layup from there.
Lanny, I think so. He just missed that downslope to the right, about 8 to 10 yards to his right, and he would have had a chance to go for it. But now I think up that left-hand side, it's going to be a definite layup for Jimenez.
Well, Bernhard just has to have eagle here and hope for a mistake by Jimenez. That's up the right side, and I think that's borderline. So we're going to see what he feels up to right there.
Well, he finished 4th at the Masters last week. This Sunday, Miguel Angel Jimenez trying to win his debut on the Champions Tour. He's got a 3-shot lead, playing the par 5 18th. And it's time for our Explore Gwinnett shot of the tournament. And it belongs to Miguel Angel Jimenez, landing his tee shot at the par 3/8 in the final round today.
Well, it was neck and neck up to this point. Then with his playing partner Langer over in the right of the right bunker, just a wonderful forehand by Miguel Angel Jimenez in here about 2.5, 3 feet. He would make that for birdie 2 and extend his lead to 3, and nobody's gotten closer since.
That's right. Langer would make bogey at 8 and that opened it up for Jimenez.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Billy Ray, I'm guessing no question here, he's laying up.
No, we don't. We don't. Let's have 100. 20. Yeah. 20 don't win. 231. Okay.
Bob, to answer your question, when they were speaking, there was no question at all.
Yes.
Never thought, I can tell you this, from having a lead, I thought of going for it from this position.
Looks like he's hitting no more than about 8 or 9 iron. Just keep it over to the right, well away from the water.
Good. Very good. Good.
Right down the center. Perfect.
And Lanny, that's what Langer did last year. He had a 3-shot lead here in winning the Greater Gwinnett Championship.
Realistic. Out of the yes. Yeah.
And he's asking directions. He wants to hit it right at the left edge of that back bunker. That's what he's looking at from this angle, and I would think he's got 3 wood, and he needs to leave none of it back there.
He landed to that front right portion. He's got 231. On line with that bunker, he's got about 237 will carry the water. 266 total. Hits it right on the button, going toward that bunker.
Stop short of it. He's got a pitch. That's one you can make coming down that slope.
Roll around,
I think he just got it curving a little bit to the right, and that's why it did not take the slope and work to the left.
Fred Couples next to play.
Fred going with this hybrid, 3 hybrid here, 248.
Yeah, he's right about that 225 front. Almost exactly where he was yesterday. Can't be 3 yards from it.
You got to stop that camera. They're telling you stop it. Take your time.
This is a good looking line, high just right of the flagstick for Couples.
Looks like it trickled into the bunker for Couples. At stake, the Greater Gwinnett Championship Trophy. Miguel Angel Jimenez trying to lock it up. Well, the Champions Tour back in action for the Insperity Championship Friday, May the 2nd. Coverage begins, and make sure you join us on Saturday for greats of the game. Jack, Arnie, Gary Player, Lee Trevino, and Johnny Miller will participate in always a fun event at the Woodlands. The Insperity Championship. Miguel Angel Jimenez with a 3-shot lead, playing 18.
Getting here for the How many behind?
We got 9 behind, 11 behind. Yeah. 114 total. Got it.
And that yardage there was in meters, 114 meters, right at 126 yards, and you heard him say behind it. 11 paces behind it. Gives him a lot of room to work with. Breeze in from the left, just 126 yards.
And that's okay. That's what he's looking for. It's dry. It's not in the sand, and you've got about 15 feet. Job accomplished.
What a 2 weeks for Miguel Angel Jimenez. 4th place at the Masters and about to win the Greater Gwinnett Championship. Felicitaciones to the Spaniard. And he will become the 18th debut winner on the Champions Tour.
Please welcome Pro Golf Hall of Famer Freddie Couples.
What a great grouping. Jimenez, Langer, the great champion, and a Hall of Famer, and Fred Couples.
Bernhard Langer.
Langer, the defending champion.
Miguel Angel Jimenez.
Atlantic, great fan support here at this event at TPC Sugarloaf. And Jimenez put on a show, including that opening round, 67 on Friday in the rain. As Couples said, it was an easy looking, because he played with Jimenez on Friday. He said he made it look easy.
Yeah, he set the benchmark for the week. I mean, nobody expected that kind of score with the conditions like it was. He had a 3-shot lead, and I think just established himself as the man to come and get, and nobody ever came and got him.
3rd shot for Couples at 18. Fred will have that for his birdie. Another strong week for Couples. But I would think, Lanny, between Couples, Jimenez, and Langer, 3 guys that made the cut at the Masters last week. Jimenez, a 4th place finish. Langer, a tie for 8th. And Couples near the top of the leaderboard through the first couple of days, and even made a little run early on Sunday. These guys are going to enjoy a little rest.
I don't think there's any question they'll like the rest coming up, and a nice week off. Then we go back to a really very popular tournament in Hesperity in Houston, and I'm sure everybody will be there. And Miguel will wander on over back to Europe and try and pick up some Ryder Cup points. Probably the only downside for him this week is he played a fantastic week of golf and picks up no Ryder Cup points.
Now Langer to play his 3rd at 18.
Well, even though, in my opinion, all is lost, but he is definitely going through the process again, still grinding away as Langer. Downhill, turning to his left.
Langer will have some work left for his birdie.
Well, my guess is that Freddie and Langer will probably both go ahead and finish and leave the stage for Miguel Angel.
Yeah, that'd definitely be the case. Couples go ahead and tap in, and Langer already making a read on his putt.
And this for Couples to lock down sole possession of 4th place. And Fred Couples rolls in that birdie to finish 2 under on his round today, 9 under for the championship. Couples played the 4 par 5s today even. And that tells his story.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, there's 4 shots that he should have been better. That would have been 66 under par. 66 today would have been a much closer to the lead. And when you've got Freddie's length, you just have to take care of those holes.
Langer for his 3rd consecutive score of 68 this weekend.
Yeah, that's not going to affect his status at all. He's going to finish 2nd whether he misses or makes it.
And Langer calmly rolls it in. So 3 straight 68s for the defending champion. Bernhard Langer, last year he won by 3 shots at 10 under. 12 under, not good enough to defend. Because Miguel Angel Jimenez has been spectacular this weekend. And look at the turnout with the fans here landing on Easter Sunday.
Yeah, we caught a wonderful day. I think the fans have been bottled up all week with the weather and could not wait for the sunshine to peek its head through, and we've had a glorious day today.
Couldn't get a better leaderboard and a final grouping as well. Jimenez nearly finished with the way he started, with a birdie. But he taps in for his par. He becomes the 18th player to win on his Champions Tour debut. Miguel Angel Jimenez, the 2014 Greater Gwinnett champion. Great playing by Jimenez, who turned 50 back in January. A 5 under 67 in the final round and a 2-shot win over Bernhard Langer. Langer keeps the top spot in the Charles Schwab Cup standings. Fred Couples stays in second. David Marr with our winner.
In December, he became the oldest player to win on the European Tour. Today, one of the youngest players to win on the Champions Tour. What does this week mean to you?
Well, it means a lot. You know, it's show obviously the kind of game I play now at this moment, and I'm playing very well. And you know, it's now it's you don't know what to do. If I want to continue to play on this Champions Tour, and well, I know, you know, I need to finish to get my point for the Ryder Cup. But you know, I feel feels great, and means a lot because it's shown me that I'm in a good contention with a player like Bernhard Langer, like Fred Couples, like Haas, and all these guys. You know, that's still competitive.
Congratulations. See you in September at Glen Eagles.
Thank you. Yeah.
Back to you guys.
Well, the last player to go wire to wire in his Champions Tour debut, we saw 3 players have done it. Bruce Fleischer back in 1999, and Lanny, tremendous performance by Jimenez this weekend.
It was. He set the stage with his opening round in horrible weather. Just a beautiful performance, and then continued to perform at an unbelievable level all week. Was in complete control today. Once he got that big lead, nobody got near him.
Well, you know, he's got a bottle of red and a big cigar in his immediate future. Miguel Angel Jimenez wins his Champions Tour debut at the Greater Gwinnett Championship. For Lanny Watkins, John Mahaffey, Billy Ray Brown, David Marr, and our entire crew, Bob Papa saying so long from Duluth, Georgia.
This has been a presentation on the only worldwide network dedicated to the game, Golf Channel, part of NBC Sports.